Right, folks, welcome back. It is, of course, Sports Federation TV. We talked about what's happening in the world of sport in the Western Cape, and of course, the show is dedicated to the members of the Western Cape Sport Confederation. It's a members-based show, and we are, of course, trying to highlight the fact that there are provincial structures in the Western Cape. These are the structures primarily that belong to the SASCOC, our mother body, and then of course the district structures, the 6 different municipal districts in the Western Cape. And this show is dedicated to highlighting these district structures and the provincial structures and making sure that these district sport federations and the provincial sport federations all have awareness around that component. And of course, one of the sports that is no stranger to anybody globally is the sport of boxing. And joining me now on the line via Skype is the chairperson of Western Cape Boxing, Advocate Lwandiso Kwababana. Advocate Kwababana, how are things on your side?
Thank you, President JP. It's difficult. It's very difficult for us. You know, we're a sporting code that is striving by all means to be active. And once we receive regulations that said we should actually stay at home, it became difficult for us as a federation to actually thrive. And you know that we're all about trying by all means to have participation in different municipalities, and it's difficult for us to actually reach out to those municipalities. But we're striving, we're getting there. Yeah.
Lwandiso, boxing is one of those sports that really has, over the years, to be honest, struggled. It is a sport that it seems like there are only a handful of boxers ever that have managed to make a successful income from boxing. And it's very difficult for everybody else out there as boxers to actually be surviving under normal conditions as boxing. And now it must be even more difficult for your athletes out there.
It's very difficult. I agree with you. As we all know the history of our boxing in South Africa, the COVID-19, it came at a time where we're trying by all means to get our boxers to be noticed, to be known, to be out there so that they could also get sponsorships. I mean, on top of the fact that they are not actually getting paid. I mean, if ever they are likely to get paid, it will be through maybe a stipend. It will be through a prize that would have been won in a tournament, and that doesn't come on daily basis as well. For example, like I can tell right now, we were supposed to have our boxer qualifying for the Olympics. So in order for him to get money, he would have been maybe getting an allowance from the National Federation or from SASCOC. But due to the fact that it did not didn't take place, the qualifications could not take place, so it meant that the boxer is not going to be getting anything.
Lwandiso, just quickly tell us the difference between professional boxing and amateur boxing. I think many people still don't understand that difference. The amateur boxer is not a Mike Tyson or an Evander Holyfield or one of the big money guys. Amateur boxing, quite a big difference.
Yeah, very. The difference is very vast. Amateur boxing, which is known right now as open boxing, it's not actually a paid category of boxers, whereas the professionals are actually a paid category of boxers, hence the word professional. Olympics, for example, the reason why we are open boxing is because we're actually participating in Olympics. I know there have been certain changes where professional boxers were actually allowed in the Olympics, but it seems as if the other federations in the world, like your WBC, they still said their professional boxers are not going to be participating in the Olympics. So the difference between the two bodies is that in South Africa, we have SANABO, which is the South African National Boxing Organization that governs amateur. So the two bodies are actually independent. However, I'm glad to announce right now that the two bodies have been communicating to actually close the gap between the two organizations.
As Western Cape Boxing, I see you proudly wearing an emblem on your shirt there, which is similar to the emblem that I'm wearing, which is of course about the provincial structure. And you now are having quite a bit of success with boxers that are actually achieving provincial colors for the first time, which is similar to getting national colors. And if I draw that
Yes. Yes.
Analogy, like it's like getting your
Yes.
Protea colors.
Yes. It's a very proud moment for us, as a lot of people would know. Western Cape has never actually received these sort of colors in the past because we were not actually compliant. Now, with our liaison, I remember back then, I think it was about 4 years ago, if not 5, we actually had to undergo a reconstruction of our organization, where we needed to be to be active in about at least 5 or 4 of the 6 districts that we have within the Western Cape. We managed to actually get activities in 5 of those districts. So once we actually got our activity within those 5 districts, we're pushing by all means right now to actually be active in one. We're actually remaining now with Central Karoo, and which will be in communication again with our sport council that side to ensure that they assist us. Now, afterwards, we actually made our application due to our good standing in those maximum 4 of our sport council district federations. And today we can be proud and say we are actually a full member of the confederation. So that's how we managed to get these colors, and of course through the application.
Do you feel do you feel that you're in a position that boxing is actually able to spread, using the world of sport, is actually able to spread this message of safety and staying behind closed doors during this difficult time? Do you feel that boxing is able to contribute to this message and reach out to its athletes?
Yes, JP, as I said initially, it's very difficult, but this is we don't have any choice. We don't have a choice. But as boxing, we know we are actually one of the sporting codes which are regarded to be a disciplined sport. We need to take instructions. We need to pass instructions accordingly, and that's what we pride ourselves of as well. To say we'll take the same message as as our government is giving as sports, and actually spread it to our communities. Recently, we're going to be launching a challenge where boxers will actually be doing a shadow boxing for wearing their face mask. Of course, they'll start by washing. They'll start by washing their hands, wearing their face mask, and then they'll do shadow boxing at home in their rooms. So we want to actually take
videos. You've got to send us those videos.
Yeah. I'm gonna be one of them in any case. Although I'm more on the coaching side and refereeing side, but I also once in a while I like to remind myself that I'm still,
still
active.
A boxer. You're still a fighter.
Yeah. Now we're fighting COVID-19.
We're fighting COVID-19. Look, Lwandiso, we're going to leave it. We're going to start wrapping up now, but it will be remiss of me if I didn't ask you the names of some of your boxers that have come through the ranks and are doing you guys so proud.
Yeah, JP, whenever I see the boys now, especially when they go professional, I look at guys like your Lungas Temelo, who's actually under the Bryce Academy right now. There's a number of them. There's Dimakwe, there's lots of them. It's a pity that I can't actually name all of them at this point in time, but there's one boxer that's coming through the ranks right now, and people should not actually forget his name. His name is Sinethemba Blom. He was the only boxer from the Western Cape who represented South Africa at the Commonwealth Games. And you know what? We are actually confident that he's going to be qualifying not long ago when the qualifiers are opening up again in July or June for the world qualifiers for the next Olympics. He will be there, mark my word. So as the Western Province, Western Cape, we are very proud that we actually have that product.
Sinethemba Blom. There's a name, folks, that we're going to have to remember. Lwandiso, hopefully we'll get some videos of him, some photographs of him training, and let's make him famous.
Yes, no, thanks a lot. But for last thing, I'd like to say thank you, guys, for allowing us this opportunity, because as you said initially, boxing was not actually known to be what it is today, and we still have room for improvement. We're working very hard. We want more of your support. Thank you.
Well, you've got the support, absolutely, and we're so proud of you guys. We're so proud of the constructive work that you're doing. These are the good news stories that we need. And hopefully the folks that are out there are picking up on these good news stories and going home and telling each other in their own personal space that boxing is really on the up. And hopefully some of the corporates out there that are watching that right now will knock on your door and say, let's sponsor Sinethemba Blom, or let's sponsor Western Cape Boxing. So hopefully all of these things tie together and boxing lands a big sponsor.
That would be fantastic.
Lwandiso, I'm just going to ask if there's a last message from you, maybe for the folks out there.
Okay, at this point in time, JP, even it's not about boxing, it's not about anything else. It's about the safety of the nation. We have a lot of lives at stake, and I know within our unity that has been displayed over and over in South Africa, we will actually overcome this deadly disease. So that's my message to the people that are watching, not to despair, to actually keep the hope alive. We will actually survive these hard times.
Lwandiso Kwababana there, the chairperson of Western Cape Boxing, and certainly making us proud. And how impressive is that boxing is on the up. Certainly positive reputation things there from boxing in the Western Cape. And if there's any corporates out there that are watching right now, you have absolutely no reason to not get involved with boxing in the Western Cape. Get involved with boxing, get involved with the athletes, and let's see if we can help them get that athlete to the Olympics and go and do us proud. Of course, we're waiting to see when the next Olympics is going to be. Under difficult conditions at the moment. It's COVID-19. Everybody's pulling together right now to fight against the spread of the coronavirus. If you're watching Sports Federation TV right now, we are using the world of sport to spread that message and, of course, keep people positive at home. And we remind you to constantly wash your hands, stay isolated. If you do go out, then make sure it is only for essential reasons, and keep your distance amongst yourself and anybody else out there. Wear the masks as precautionary measures, and at all times, as I said, wash your hands properly, and stay isolated under every condition possible. We'll take a break. When we come back from the break, we will continue to catch up with some of the Friends of the Confederation, Sports Federation TV, and we'll look at some of the videos that some of our members have sent into us. Be back in a sec. Don't go away.